Sit down, take a two or two, money till we get it. Wall, let it cool, was ain't talking. Money speak, all that bullshit, keep, run the side, run the side.
Is it too loud in here?
No, we can hear you.
Hello?
Can you hear us?
Loud? Yeah.
Definitely a lot of background. Definitely a lot of people with you. What are you doing?
I am at Arpeggios Grill. That's what I'm at. That's where I'm at.
Hell yeah.
But I can step outside if I need to be. I didn't know if it was going to be too loud or whatever.
That's awesome. I like it. Can't stay at our PTO's grill. Are you there by yourself?
Nah, it's y'all didn't see I just showed y'all the restaurant.
No, I mean, like, did you go to dinner? You getting dinner with someone else, or you sitting there?
I actually went to Citizens. What is that? Citizens Eatery, and then I came over here just to kind of hang out because I know the owner, and I don't have a life, so I just kind of just fuck with people all day long.
Nice. Arpeggios grill. I know that name.
Truck, man, I will.
Robert, what do you think? Is it editable to where we can get the background noise out, or at least maybe? I don't want to sit in a hot truck like a dog outside of HEB though. That sounds horrible, Lando.
I got AC in the truck. I just feel more. I'm in here with my shoes off, bro.
Get your shoes off.
Well, he knows the owner.
He is the fucking owner.
But yeah, man, if it's all right, man, I don't want to be.
Or maybe even trying the headset you have on. I bet that will probably mute out the connecting the headset with the mic. If you don't mind, I'm sorry for making you leave Arpeggios, put your shoes on and everything. Oh man, you're putting your pants back on, putting your shoes back on.
It's all good.
You just get completely naked in Arpeggios. You're like, nah, I know the guy. Don't worry about it. Server to get you a couple more cups of water. No, I'm not hungry.
Yeah,
I come here to chill.
I bring my own glass and everything. They're like, what are you doing, man? I'm like, I know the guy. Call him, tell him, I know the guy. That's why you should only go places, man, where you know the owners, so you can do certain shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I go to Pluckers. I know the owner that's the owner of Pluckers, Mr. Greenberg.
Mr. Greenberg.
Yeah, Mr. Greenberg, man. I know Mr. Greenberg.
Wow. You're
And he is what you're thinking. He is a Jewish guy. Got a beautiful house.
Found it out here first. Smart Locker exclusive. The Greenberg is a Jew.
Yeah.
Michigan. You can't say a Jew. It sounds too hateful when a guy like me says a Jew.
He's Jewish.
And you can
He's
tune
Jewish.
in from around the world at KAZI.
Some more shit.
Oh man, that's funny. Let's just play radio for this episode.
No, we'll build the station later.
Whatever Lando's listening to.
Yeah, but I advertise on that station as well, man. So,
Oh, nice. Where do you do? You do radio advertisement?
Yeah. Smelling like Dom Sex and Cognac. Yeah, I'm back, man.
Awesome. Wait, let's plug your Lando Shepard's carpet cleaning right up top.
Yeah, man. Shepard's Carpet Cleaning. Where our slogan is, your satisfaction is our next referral.
Nice.
www.shepherdscarpetcare.com and look at all the reviews, all the people that I paid to put on there. No, man, all those are real reviews, man. All those are organic. I didn't pay anybody at Google, at Facebook, nobody like that, man. All those are actual people.
I'm going to Shepard Carpet Claire right now to check out these reviews. And see what your SEO is like if I Google you.
He was smelling like weed. I don't know what kind of music he was listening to. He pulled up here some of that boomchi stuff. Yeah. Some lady was screaming, "Eat my ass," and I was like, "What does that even mean?" But he done a great job on our carpets.
How long you been doing Shepard cleaning for? How long you been doing carpet cleaning?
13 years, man.
Wow.
How long have you been doing comedy?
6 years, man. I made 6 years this year.
Wow. When did you start? What, 2016,
I
2017?
guess. I don't know. Man, don't get me wrong. I know it was 6 years ago.
Where was your first set at?
My first set, man, Joey Z. Just to give you an idea, kind of set the mood, set the scene. Joey Z was the host of this open mic, and it was at Tramps, man. So imagine a person that doesn't know anything about stand up, nothing at all, coming in, and his first mic is one of the shittiest fucking mics.
Yeah.
No diss to the homie Joey. You know what I'm saying? No diss to the homie Joey. It's just Tramps is Tramps, dog. Just like Anderson Mill Pub is just Anderson Mill Pub. That's what it is. One of the roughest fucking mics here. You know what I'm saying? It's not.
The thing that was cool about Mr. Tramps is whoever was hosting it, because they would rotating host, they would put your face up in lights. So like the freeway drive by and you could see the person's face. And I remember Joey Z's looked great, but I remember Andrew Horniman's looked like the most terrifying face in lights I've ever seen in my life. It just did not look right.
That face is terrible to look at without putting it in lights. You know what I'm saying? Then when if you know him, just seeing him, you hear his voice. That's what kind of person he is. It's like,
Yeah.
You already hear the laugh already. You already hear the high pitch ass voice already. You know all that. It's like, oh fuck, that's Andrew Horniman.
Jimmy Tibbs gave me an iPhone to do a show with him just because he was like, I want to see you and Avery and Nora, just everyone with high, annoying voices on the same show. And he's like, but you have to invite blind people and see if the blind people can tell the difference.
That's the best show I've ever done.
What?
Is a show in front of the blind and seeing impaired. Remember when they used to come to a kick butt on Wednesday nights? Have you ever performed in front of them?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that shit was fucking amazing. You can storytell. You can do a lot of storytelling.
Mm-hmm. You really paint a picture with your words.
And just to be an asshole, I would use colors.
Man, they eat it up.
Like, yeah, man, I had on this blue shirt, and these aqua colored Andre Agassi shoes. They only made like 3 of these. They're like, Andre Agassi. God damn, man, how old are you? Andre Agassi. Fuck, this is a goddamn dinosaur on stage.
How old are you, Lando?
I'm 41, man.
You look great for 41. You don't look a day over 25.
Man, I've been banging 32s and 33s for the last week and a half, man. This shit, they don't even know. They think it's the plant-based dick, bro. That's how I get away with it. It's just the plant-based dick. I think if I'd have been like 41, still eating meat and shit, smoking weed, and you know what I'm saying, I wouldn't be able to get it up, man. But that plant-based diet, man, is fooling up the fuck out of these 32s and 33s and shit, man. It's crazy.
How long have you been eating vegetarian?
I made 2 years, man. Christmas.
Congrats.
I didn't plan it to be Christmas. It's just I practice Islam, so I really don't recognize Christmas. And it was just that day.
It was just December 25th. No, to you, it's December 25th.
Yeah, I was like, okay, man. So, but yeah, man, I had been clean for a little over a year, and I hadn't lost any weight. Matter of fact, I gained weight. Shit, and I had fired like 2-3 trainers at 24-hour fitness. I was like, man, why the fuck am I not losing any weight? And I was like, well, man, let me try this vegetarian diet out for a minute. I knew I couldn't do vegan. I was like, fuck that. That's worse than being a Muslim for the first time. You know what I'm saying? When you go in the store, you're like, does this has pork in it? Does this have pork in it? So I was like, I'm not going vegan. Fuck that, man. So I went vegetarian, gave me a little leeway, definitely didn't do the dairy a lot, man, because that's one of my problems. So I wasn't doing a lot of dairy anyways, but I love eggs. So that was it. I was like, if I can eat eggs, I'm down with this shit. So first thing I recognize is bowel movements. The boners was
What
just
was
like
harder, going halal or vegetarian?
vegetarian, because at
Okay.
least I knew where all the halal spots were. You know what I'm saying, like arpeggios, like all the meat markets and stuff like that. But one of the hardest things about that, man, was that I like goat, man. I love goat. Goat is like a
It's a great
real
meat.
tender man. Yeah, man. And Ramadan just passed, so
Man, what's the big dinner that you eat after
I wish
Ramadan?
the
What's it
way is
called
well.
again?
Where you eat during Ramadan when you break your fast is called iftar. That's what, when you break your
Yeah,
fast is iftar. And the festival at the end is called Eid al-Fitr, which means that the purified, because you just went through a whole purge, so you're at your purest form at the end. So it's called Eid al-Fitr. Mhm.
man, you strict when Ramadan? Do you not? Do
Yeah.
you fast for real, like sun up, sundown?
Yeah, bro. I'm square business, man. My diet changed, man. This year, man. Last year I cheated. This year I didn't. What I mean by cheated is, man, I was trying to lose weight, so I was doing all kind of fat burners and shit. When I break my fast, I would take a fat burner. This year was all natural. I threw away all that shit, man. I don't have any of that stuff in my house. Only thing I have now, man, is three essentials, which is black seed oil, sea moss, and elderberry syrup. Those are like the things that help me. Not, I would say this, but I don't know if it's true. But I've taken enough goddamn COVID tests to just lean on it. But I never got I never got COVID.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying, so those are the three things that I took during that time, and I knew that it was a respiratory disease, so I did a lot of jogging, and it was good, man. Because like I said, I started in December 25th, so by March I was already in a routine of jogging every day. So my respiratory system was just like ready for this shit, man. And when I told the guy, because I went in there a number of times, he asked me what was my intake, and I told him. He was like, "Well, man, your immune system is fucking skyrocketing, man. Even if you were to come in contact with COVID, it wouldn't do anything." And I was like, "Yeah, man,
COVID's scared of
because
you.
well,
COVID's
yeah,
calling their
man,
disease Lando syndrome.
but 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 then I'll tell you this too, though, bro. I mean, at first I was going in there, and the test was like $30, and then all of a sudden
Yeah.
when we had to, I had to do it for Moon Tower last year. That motherfucker charged me $75 for that goddamn test. I was like, man, that better come with some sucky, sucky, love me long time. $75,
$75 better at least do your taxes or something.
right? Shit, I had a
$75 is gonna
reach
mow my
around.
lawn. Yeah,
A nice hand job.
the
That
doctor's
would have
like,
been
okay,
great.
dude, I guess you got it, man. You drive a hard bargain.
Yeah,
He's like, look,
yeah,
Lando,
man.
you're a good negotiator.
Let me get this warm towel out of here and go ahead and take you.
Take care. Oh yeah, you're not the first guy to ask for this.
We're prepared for this. We've heard this like 1,000 times already. So we usually use this heater for beards and shaves and stuff like that, but since COVID, we've had to give a lot of guys hand jobs.
Talking big shit. Talking big shit, big shit, big shit. Talking big shit.
Man, 13 years of cleaning carpets. What's your favorite fucking carpet cleaning story? You got one for us? You got a chambered carpet cleaning, the craziest carpet cleaning experience, worst customer, best customer, most biggest
Hey,
surprise?
it's one of my first jokes I ever told, man, and it's a true story. One time, man, I went over to a client's house and I knocked on the door, and it was a raid, man. The police had already went there to raid the spot. It was a weed house. You know what I'm saying? They like, freeze, get out on the ground, get out on the ground. I'm like, oh shit, man. I'm like, dude, what are you doing, man? I'm the carpet dude. Look at my van. And they look back at the van, kind of pick me up, dust me off, because this is a progressive liberal city. They don't want to be bad about bash the black guy. He's just a hardworking carpet sucker. You know what I'm saying? And then I get in my van. I'm like, oh shit, man, this is fucked up. Worst way to start my day. And I bend the corner and I call up the homies and I'm like, and don't go over such and such house because they just raided his house for weed. So I gotta wait because I'm the carpet cleaner. Yeah, man. Great story, man. It actually happened, bro. That shit was crazy.
Well, I'm just gonna start.
know.
Anytime I do something shady now, I'm just gonna be like, put a lawnmower in the back of my truck. Be like, I'm the landscaper. I just showed up to landscape a little.
Yeah,
What do you mean?
bro.
You selling heroin here? No. I mowed the lawn.
I've gotten out of a lot of situations because I always reverted to whatever vehicle I was driving. Like I've been pulled over in the valley with crazy. And I used to drive this old school, what my homeboys used to call this Fred Sanford truck. Bullshit ass truck, look like shit on the outside, but the motor was rebuilt, brand new transmission, all that shit, bunch of shit. Cause I junked too, so I had all kind of scrap metals, goddamn me, old batteries and shit all on the back, man. I get pulled over one time, and the dude's like, "Hey, what you doing down here?" Da da da. Like, man, I'm just scrapping. You know what I'm saying? I'm just scrapping. You know what I'm saying? When he hit, because there was a single cab, man. When he hit the side of the on the seat, and the seat, the old school was the seat would just fling up. You know what I'm saying? And when the seat flung up and hit the steering wheel, the gun fell up underneath the dashboard. And the dude, you know what I'm saying, he didn't notice it, and all of a sudden he got a call. There was a shooting going on, so they had to leave. I was like, oh, fuck yeah. God damn, boy, I just, fuck. Yeah,
wait, what were you doing? Why? Because it's legal to have scrap in your car. It's legal to have a gun in your car. What were you worried about?
Yeah, but I had some shit that I didn't supposed to have, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Like, I mean, there's another story real quick, man. Like, one time I got pulled over, and I knew I was going to jail because I was in San Antonio, and they take you to jail for no license, right? So I didn't have a license. I had insurance, but I didn't have a license. So anyway, I forgot I had changed pants. So I told the guy, I told the officer, I said, "Hey man, could you go to the trunk and dig in my khaki pants and bring out the money? Because I know I gotta pay for me to get out of jail." And as soon as I said that, thought came to my mind, what the fuck is wrong with you? Do you know what's in that trunk? You know what I'm saying? So he goes and he gets in the trunk. He opened up the trunk, get the money out the pants. This is a big ass knot, man. It's a fucking wad of money. And he's come back to the car and says, "Here you go, man. Is there anything that I need to know about in that car?" I was like, "Nah, man, nothing.
Just the money.
You got this much money, and you don't." He said, "Man, he said you got all this cash, and you sure?" Like, man, ain't shit in there, man. You know what I'm saying? I scrap for a living. This is what I do. Da 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 da. You know what I'm saying? Hot water heater, man. That's what they call me on the east side. He was like, "Man, you better be glad I don't want to do no paperwork." And I was glad he didn't want to do no paperwork. He would have, if he'd have brought that dog out there, bro. To be honest with you, man, that dog would have probably shot itself, man. I mean, that dog was so motherfucking good, man. Shit, that shit was not cut yet. That shit would have blew that fucking dog mind up. He probably would have just rolled over and tried to sniff. You couldn't even point what a dope was, bitch. You know what I'm saying? That shit hadn't even been stepped on yet.
Man, I don't even know what you use to step on drugs. Like, I know now it's like you pretty much get drugs pre-cut. From how I understand it, I don't know anyone get fucking uncut drugs.
Man, that shit, bro. When they told me the numbers on drugs now, this was wholesale numbers. I was like, man, I might as well work at fucking McDonald's. God damn it, you doing all that risk? You taking the risk like that to only make $8,000? Get the fuck out of here, man. What the fuck? You know what I'm saying? You ain't making no real money. You know what I'm saying? Shit, they making all the money. You just I think a lot of these guys think that shit is cool. That's really where I think where the drug game is right now, man. I think these motherfuckers. It's no sense to. It's no. I'm trying to do this because there's not no jobs. Can't say that. It's everybody's fucking hiring. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's hiring, so you can't use that excuse. You know what I'm saying? You can't say, well, man, I need to get by because this right here came up because the money is not there. It's not like back in the days when I was in it, man, that you can make 3-4 times the amount of money than what you bought it for.
Mm-hmm.
It's not there no more, man. It's not there.
Wow.
People in Congress, fucking Congress people making all the money.
Oh.
They're not making shit.
I knew this dude. I worked with him. He was a door guy that sold drugs, and it's crazy because like if you have to work the same door guy shift as me, I know you're not making a lot of money. You know what I mean? It's like I see the car you drive, the clothes you wear, the women you're with. It's the same situation I got going on. You know what I mean? Like you're not doing like you're a door guy too. You know what I mean? And he was telling me stories of getting shot at downtown by cartel members and how you'd get drugs straight from cartels. And I remember thinking like, man, why would you tell someone this, right? Like if your life involves that much risk, and it's like kind of realize like, oh, that's just the lifestyle he likes. Like he just
that's what it is.
It just got juice for him because it's like the riskiest thing is just telling a group of people you hardly know about felonies you're committing and involving other people to me. And it's like, yeah, dude, like you just like this shit. This shit just juices you. This shit just makes it wild for you. I get it. Do your thing, okay? Wow, I like I'm
glad you bring that up, man, because when I was in prison. that's what a shit. That's where you end up at. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck how smart you think you are, how many lawyers you had, because I had 2. You know what I'm saying? I got 8 years. The best thing ever happened was it wasn't drug trafficking. It was just a possession. You know what I'm saying? Which that was just a fluke ass case anyways. It was just the fact that they knew they couldn't get me, so they had to get me. You know what I'm saying? It was almost like if we got to lie to get this motherfucker off the street, we got to get this motherfucker off the street. So you're going to get caught.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So when I'm sitting in there and I'm listening to these guys talk as though they're glorifying this shit, it's like that shit wasn't cool, man. You know what I'm saying? Every chance that I got to do something legally, I did it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, I have other skills, goddammit. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, man, you know, it's that excuse that I can't get a job, nobody's hiring. That's not happening right now, man. You know what I'm saying? What excuse, and the other excuse I really used to hate was, man, I'm doing this to feed my family. Well, what the fuck they doing now that you got 12, 20 years?
Yeah.
How they feeding themselves now? You know what I'm saying? So when you break that shit down, it's really like, what's the use, man? You know, shit.
Well, what was your excuse? Right? What was your go-to if you kind of have that mindset towards like there's jobs, there's a thing?
That's what I'm saying. Then that was the excuse because it wasn't a lot of jobs, and my job was construction.
When was then?
You know what I'm saying? That was the late '90s, early 2000s.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah.
So yeah, man, and then even with that being said, man, I remember when they had a crackdown on like. Marijuana is so it's everywhere now.
Yeah.
But back then, in that time frame, in like 99, 2000, they was cracking down. They had FBI had specific agents and agencies aimed at marijuana back then. You know what I'm saying? So they was, breaking down every fucking thing, man. I mean, like in the Valley, Arizona, you fucking name it. You know what I'm saying? New Orleans, they had the fucking borders was like covered. So now, and that's not to give up the game because they already know the shit. That's why everything coming from up north. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucking South is obsolete now. We used to have an upper hand on the game, you know what I'm saying? But now, shit, motherfuckers in Chicago got the same numbers as us.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, what the fuck, dog? You know what I'm saying? You used to charge a travel fee. Now it's like you can't even charge that shit no more because
Yeah, I've talked to people who have like muled, right? Like where they don't sell the drugs, they're just the person that gets hired to drive it. And I mean, 10 years ago when I first moved to Austin, you could make 20 grand for a cross country drive.
Easy. Easy.
Now you get paid
Easy, man.
$300 a pound usually. Like the money's just not there. The most I've heard is like 10 grand, and it's for 100 pounds that you're driving.
Bro.
And it's like
when they
so
put that shit, when they opened up, they knew what they was doing, man. When they legalized marijuana and they put it in Colorado,
yeah,
they knew what the fuck they was doing.
Oh yeah, 100%.
See that alone, man, kind of that put a black eye in the game for everybody. It's like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Because now you got the East Coast, Midwest, all this shit right here. You know what I'm saying? You cutting off everything. East Coast already got they beasts and they shit, not just, Jamaicans and, Puerto Ricans and all that kind of shit. You already got this shit going on. Now you really cut it off for us. Motherfuckers is trying to eat and swap for moonshine and shit like this.
I probably sound like a conspiracy theorist, but I think that like the drug economy is 100% controlled by the government and government affiliates. And
well, it is, man. When you get charged, when you get charged for that crime, and it's called controlled substance. What did you get caught with, man? Oh man, I got caught with 20-something grams of a controlled substance.
Mm-hmm.
It's what it is, bro.
Yeah.
You're smart, JT.
Well, I'm one of the dumbest guys I know. Believe it or not.
It's like JT is like, how am I not gonna know it is right there in your fucking face? You know what I'm saying?
It's wild to me. If you like anyone that like Gary Webb is a great example where he wrote that book about how the CIA funded cocaine to come to America for the first time. They literally invented crack cocaine. Like they branded it, they sold it, they created infrastructure, they created gangs to defend it, like, essentially paramilitary units without government sanction. And it's like people think that it just stopped. Like, no, but it didn't just stop. It's not like the CIA said, damn, we're making hundreds of millions, we should just stop. It's like that's still going on. The drug trade is 100% controlled by the same gangs that started it, and they just all work for the government.
And the deeper a person goes down that rabbit hole, man, you'll be a fool not to recognize this shit.
Yeah, I mean,
fool, man.
It's wild because it's like, the war on drugs itself was targeting, fucking people selling drugs and not the people making the billions of dollars on drugs. And it's like, yeah,
man.
Almost like it's
what exposed me to that, man, is when I first went to Lawrence, Kansas.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna say Lawrence, Kansas because everybody know the fucking campus that's in Lawrence, Kansas, right? So I'm in Lawrence, Kansas, and I'm seeing it like for the first time for me. I'm like, how old was I then, man? I was out of TYC. I was home for a year. I was about 17 years old. Right? I'm 17, 18 years old. I'm seeing this shit for the first time. Now I read about it in the books and all that, you know what I'm saying? How, it's targeted towards black communities, all that, whatever. But I'm seeing it from a whole different perspective because I'm seeing the Caucasians, the Asians, the Latinos getting down. They getting down like a motherfucker. And it's like, they're not being governed at all. It's like, you know what I'm saying? And for me being that young, a lot of things popped up in my mind. First of all, obviously, it's like it's a lot of money to make here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That was the first thing that popped into my mind. But it was like, well, I can't be out like this too much with these guys, even though they're fun. It's a lot of money to be made, but I'm a stick out like a sore thumb. You know what I'm saying? So, but it definitely, man, when I seen that and I went to the other cities and other states, and I was like, damn, this is crazy. You know what I'm saying? And what that made me do was stop dressing so much like a gang member. That was the first time that I actually went to, what did they have at Bell's, a Palais Royal. I went to a Palais Royal. I started buying duck heads. It's the brand Duck Head, and I got the polo duck head. I got the cat. So now I'm dressing like a preppy college student. So now I can blend in. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it was a mind fuck at first, man. I was like, what the fuck? This shit is crazy. But they love the lifestyle. Back to that point. You know what I'm saying? They love the lifestyle. They wanted the gang bang. They wanted to know about this and all that shit. And I was like, what? Bitch, I don't want this life. I'm saying, shit. I'm trying so hard to get the fuck out this life, man. What are y'all, you know what I'm saying? This is death. This is literally fighting for your life every day.
Mm-hmm.
This is no fun. And I noticed that too when I got older. And the first time I took my kids on the bowl game, the HBCUs in this area, I took them to the bowl games. Like we went to the classic, the Labor Day Classic, Bayou Classic, and the Cotton Bowl up there in Dallas. I
Yeah.
noticed that then because I actually had fun. When I was young, I didn't have fun. But now I'm trying to expose my kids to a different life and introduce them to alumni of the school that I never fucking went to. That's why I talk about, I went to an HBCU, you probably call it a community college, but historically a lot of black people went there. So
Yeah.
I always wanted to go because in my heart of hearts, man, I always wanted to go to school. I always wanted to go to an HBCU school, but growing up and figuring like, I didn't have an out. And that's hard, man. I mean, that's with anything in life. And what I'm understanding now, man, when you're taught you're this and you're that, it's kind of hard to be like, man, but I know deep inside I'm a fucking eagle. Why are they telling me that I'm a chicken? You know what I'm saying? Why do they say I can't tell jokes? Why they say I can't make a living off of being a carpet cleaner? You know what I'm saying? Why they say this and because them motherfuckers can't do it.
Mm-hmm.
It's in their mindset, so they're gonna tell you and feed you that same negativity. That's why I tell my kids all the time, man, ain't shit you can do, can't do.
Other people limit you.
Yeah, if you feel like that's what you want to do, shit, you'll figure that shit out. Just like I figured it out. I didn't know how to raise kids. I raised 2 fucking kids by myself. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing, and I told them that. I was totally honest. Hey, this is my first rodeo.
I want to circle back. I'm curious when you're like, I'm not like when I went younger, I wasn't having fun. Why was it not fun for you when you were younger?
Because I was constantly doing this, man, looking around, man. Because I'm banging, drugs. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's hard to relax. I'm not from here. I got a target on my back. You know what I'm saying? And red is a color that you can't hide from. So if I'm wearing a lot of that, blue you can blend in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Red, you got a fucking target on your back, man. So it's a lot of this and you're watching motherfuckers and shit. You can't enjoy the moment. Shit.
Yeah.
You can't. Oh man, they kicked the field goal. What?
I was looking over my shoulder. Sure.
The bands out there. It's about all the bands. I mean, I didn't know that. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
Shit.
I was
So,
in
nah, man,
I was in Tulsa this weekend, and
oh wow.
I was like, I'm probably gonna move there at the end of this year, and
Okay.
there's only one area that I saw, and it was a bunch of gang graffiti. In all of Tulsa, there's not really any gang graffiti, and then one neighborhood we saw just tons of gang graffiti, and like it was weird because you didn't see any, like in Sacramento, for example, where I'm from, you see gang activity, right? It's clear. Like I think we just had like one of the largest mass shootings in the nation because 2 gangs were fighting in the middle of like their downtown
Yeah,
district.
everybody know about Sacktown, though. That's a blue collar city.
Absolutely, yeah, and it's clear. It's like what you're talking about. You see, people with the bandanas literally tied on
even
their
LA motherfuckers get their heart right when they go to Sacktown. Shit. They don't be talking about that LA shit when they go to Sacktown. They be like, all right, brother, yeah. Okay.
yeah. It's weird because I don't know. I didn't see any besides the tags, and I was like, where are they? That's kind of I was wondering. I was like, I see. Well, it's very clearly gang tags, right? It's like you can tell if you've seen gang graffiti, you know exactly what it is. There wasn't like any gangs I'm familiar with. I don't know anything about Tulsa gangs. But I was so curious. I was like, where are they? I don't see any car shows. I don't see any people.
if they knew their history, they wouldn't have none of that shit, man. I mean, that was where Black Wall Street was.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you know what I'm saying? When you grow up in a community that's rich in economic growth, you know what I'm saying? Well, that was like a war on domestic soil. You know what I'm saying? When you had bombs that was dropped on motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying? Because you see that much progress in a city where these people got. Not only do they got banks, these motherfuckers got airplanes and airports and you name it, man. I mean, you talk about a self-sufficient black community. That's what the fuck that was.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And to have your own government declare war on that community, it shouldn't be. That's like if a person was to say, "Oh man, I went to Rosewood, Florida. There was a bunch of gangs in Rosewood, Florida." It's like, why the fuck would you have gangs in Rosewood, Florida? I mean, do y'all not know y'all history, motherfucker? You know what I'm saying? Like,
what's the history of Rosewood, Florida?
Which was, oh man, they had all those lynchings, man, because same as Tulsa, Oklahoma, man, a white person said something, and they went on massive killings of black people.
Oh wow, I knew about like Black Wall Street, but I didn't know about Rosewood, Florida.
Rosewood was before Tulsa. And it was crazy, man, because here's some more black history for you, man. When they came out with the whole project thing, you know what I'm saying? The low income housing, what they call it now, but back then it was called the projects. Now, the first one that was ever built was right here in Austin. And the name of that was, or still is, Rosewood.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, damn.
Yeah, man. Like I say, man, they'll put the shit right in front of your face, man, and it's like, how the fuck do you not know this shit?
The craziest one I read about, I think it was Michigan. It was like a black mayor one in like the 30s or 40s, and it was like, it's weird because when you read about it, it's clearly white people writing about it because they call it a race riot, and it's like you can't call like an active like fucking massacre a riot. It's so weird. It's like, oh, there was a race riot. They even call the situation in Tulsa a race riot. I'm like, that's a massacre. Like you're talking about, you get a plane in the sky, you're dropping bombs and shooting from a plane. You know, before World War II, like before that was just movie shit to them. It's unreal. It wasn't a real thing. It's crazy. Fucking crazy.
Shit, Oregon has a terrible history when it comes to race.
It was a white escapist state, right? It was like a white community.
Black people couldn't come there. They had it written in their laws that black people couldn't come there. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is, man. I mean,
I'm trying to do a billboard, baby. Rubbing and yeah, I'm trying to do a billboard, baby. Rubbing and yeah, I'm trying to do a billboard, baby. Rubbing and yeah, I'm trying to do a billboard, baby.
It's funny that we're talking about this after what happened in Buffalo.
Oh, that's crazy, right?
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, you got an 18-year-old, and you're thinking, man, the younger generation is going to be different. No.
No.
No. And that's just on both sides, man. That's just not saying, him pointing him out because he's white, man, but that's on every side. If you are continuing to allow this shit to be out there, man, I mean, you're going to create these fucking monsters. You know what I'm saying? You're going to create these type of people. Whether they black, Asian, you fucking name it, dog. You know what I'm saying? And you don't expose them to, man, this is what I just found out not too long ago, man. The frequency when it comes to, or the vibrations and the energy that come from love is the greatest vibration and energy in the world. You can't duplicate this. You know what I'm saying? So you would think something that major, that big, that powerful, if it was really real and reflected in our community, a lot of this shit wouldn't be happening.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, case in point, man, like the other day, I'm at HEB. I'm trying to leave HEB. I'm in my work van. And then when I bag out, you hear the noise. Beep, 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 beep. right? So the dude honking his horn as though to stop. Okay, cool. My bad. You know what I'm saying? So I come back up. I'm stopped. He ain't moved. He has not moved. He is still sitting there. So after 2-3 minutes, I get out of my truck, man. I come out like I'm looking both ways. It's a long line now. It's a long line. And he rolled down his window. He's like, what's up? I'm like, why the fuck are you still sitting here? That's what I'm trying to. He's like, well, I'm waiting for the lady to bag up. I was like, what's wrong with your legs? Are you in a wheelchair? He said, no. I said, man, you don't see this long line right here, man? You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get at. This lady trying to get at. Everybody trying to get at, but we waiting on you because you don't want to utilize your muscles.
Everyone thinks of the main character, yeah.
He's like, man, what are you going to do? Hit my car? He said that. And when he said it at a point where now he's the victim. That's what pissed me off. That's what pissed me off. When he said that, I went to a whole nother level. So now you the fucking victim because you wait up and we're talking. You know what I'm saying? We're having this conversion. And this motherfucker, the lady still ain't pulled out. So it's like, okay, man, if we really take in consideration of our fellow man, back to my point, why would you inconvenience so many people for your convenience?
Yeah. Today at the airport, I saw a lady just screaming at the girl that rents out cars. And like the lady tried to close the glass and the lady slams back over the glass. And my chick seen that and she was like, what's going on? Like people just do that now. I was like, dude, everyone stayed home for 2 years and now everyone's ready to fight. It's so weird how, just like you're talking about, people don't care about you. Like you don't just love strangers anymore. You fight strangers. You find reasons to be mad at each other. It's so weird. You know, I'm like the chattiest dude in the world where everyone I see, I want to talk to and be their friend. And it's like just less of a world like that, you know?
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I was having a conversation with some people one time and they was going back and forth about this community, that community, this nationality. And I just chimed in. I was like, what about just treating people like human fucking beings? How about that? How about we just do that? You know what I'm saying? How about we just do that, man? We start treating people like human beings, you know. And what I mean by that is because, you know, to say that treat people how you want to be treated. Well, I don't know how you want to be treated. You might be treated. You might, you know, because some women like to get choked. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to.
Yeah.
I don't want to get choked. So just treat me like a human being. You know what I'm saying? Like how you want to be treated, but just treat me like a human being. But you know, the guy, man, you know, it's just certain phrases, man, that people use. But yeah, man, we just need to get back to that, man. I've heard my daughter use a slur once or twice, and I've told her each time, man. I said, where did you hear that from? I said, what you mean? I said, you heard me. Where did you hear that from? Because obviously you heard that from somebody, and somebody. Let me just go a step further. Somebody that you respected.
Yeah.
To think that was all right. You know what I'm saying? Because you ain't heard me say no shit like that. And she was like, well, man, I mean, that's what it is, Dad. I was like, what if somebody did you like that? You just walk in a room and say, look at that thick-haired black girl. You know what I'm saying? How would you feel? He was like, well, I mean, it's kind of true, though. I was like, yeah, whatever. You trying to lighten the load. You know goddamn well if somebody else come in here and tell you some shit like that, you'll go, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Not the fact that they called you the N-word, the other girl. You know what I'm saying? You'll be pissed off if somebody did you like that. But you know what I'm saying? Don't do that, man. You know what I'm saying? That's the difference because I know JT. I'm gonna talk shit to JT.
Mhm.
Well, I
He
know
actually
him well
calls me
enough.
slurs
We know
every
we
time I
just
see him. It's crazy.
bullshit. Nah, man, I just talked about that goddamn quarantine weight your ass put on. I was like,
Oh man, it's getting worse too. Oh, dude, actually, I lost like 20-something pounds since I saw you. Well, I saw you at the movie thing, and you were like, "Damn, you put on like I put on like 40 pounds. I've lost like 20 of that. I got fat, a little fat again though. I'm down to like 220 again. I'm trying to get back down to like
well,
180.
you look good in that suit, and that you know that suit a lie though. That suit will lie. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it
Because you can
does.
cover up with the blazer and stuff like that. You know, you can only tell if somebody's fat in a suit when they walk.
Yeah.
If they walk with their arms just kind of swinging, like, oh, that
That's really
motherfucker fat
funny.
right there.
It's really funny.
But if you just stand and you posing for a picture, it's like, oh, he look a little slim, man.
That's so good.
That's a nice ass suit, bro. That is a nice.
That is a nice suit.
Bro.
I got a nicer one, man. I'm getting married in June, and I got a suit for it where it's like they got me fitted out, and like I had to go like 3 times, but it's like custom made. Because here's the thing, I went to go get a suit, like a nice suit at like Nordstrom's or what's that fancy place at the mall? Not Fred Perry. It's called some shit like that though. It's like a dude's name, like Frankie Hampson or some shit like that.
Al's formal wear.
No. It's like a
hell no. Don't.
Neiman Marcus. I went to Neiman Marcus.
Okay.
And I was like, hey, I want to get a suit. But here's the thing. Because I'm this fat, I cannot get a suit because I'm one size jacket and a different pair of pants.
Yeah.
And so they were like, suits come as one thing together. And I was like, no, I need size 38 pants and then size like whatever jacket I am. And they were like, that's not how it works. So I had to go to like the suit store and they had to do me like a whole made to order type situation.
Well, I mean, you can piecemeal it.
You cannot do that.
I mean,
what
Marcus,
you're saying is still what he would have to do is after he get it, he would have to take it to a tailor, and then they would do his sizes, and then they would cut. And
to cut a suit jacket is thousands because they have to remake the whole thing. But like that's what I thought, Robert. I thought I could take one size pants and one size jacket at Nordstrom's. They said no at Nordstrom's. They said no at Neiman Marcus. They said no at every fancy suit store I went to. They're like, it just comes as one. I was like, do I have to go to a special fat guy store? And the guy was like, honestly, dude, that would probably be cheaper. And I was like, wow, I'm not going to go.
Yes, you're scaring our other customers.
I've been through the same situation, man. That's why I don't own a suit.
Because you couldn't get one that fit right?
Yeah, I couldn't get one because at that time, man, I went through the Shaq suits. I went through what's the guy who has HIV? What's his name? Magic Johnson suits. You know what I'm saying? I went through all those suits, the Steve Harvey suits. That shit wouldn't work, man. So I definitely get it, man. I definitely understand, bro.
I would love to get a Steve Harvey suit with like a billion buttons on the front.
Fuck that, man.
I would love. You know what my dream? So I got my first headlining show, right? I'm really excited to headline Valve. I've begged for it for like over a year now. They finally let me do a weekend there. I found
when is it, man?
July 22nd.
Okay, hell yeah.
You can get a custom leather suit made for like $500 from China. I want to get Eddie Murphy's Raw, like a cheap Chinese version of that, and go up there and wear that on stage. I think that'd be the coolest suit I could wear.
That would be the only thing that would be cool about that, because you're saying that you're headlining in July, right?
Oh yeah,
Texas, right?
I want to. Oh, dude, I'm gonna be sweating.
It's 102 right now, homie.
Dude, I sweat during winter.
So you imagine how hot it's gonna be in July with that leather joint on? Come on, man.
Oh yeah. Well, I'll lose like 15 pounds, sweat it out in one set.
It's gonna stick to you like a fruit roll-up.
Good, dude. Peel it. I'll tell Al you can peel it off me, baby. Go ahead, peel this suit off me. It's like a banana peel stuck right to my skin.
Man, I remember JT. We was doing the executive show. You remember this shit, man? You wore the dress, and you stood in the front row, and you had your legs open.
Yeah, that was okay. That was the Halloween thing.
Yeah, the Halloween thing. But we were what was we like
It was industry. I was industry. I was supposed to
Industry,
tag you guys.
yeah, it was the industry night. Yeah, we were like the industry people, and the comics were trying to do their sets. And JT with his legs open in the dress. I was like,
Dude, that was the first time I met my fiance's mom. I came out of my chick's closet, and she had just come over to drop something off, and I was wearing a dress. And like the worst situation to meet like a Texan mother. I'm wearing like a full-on dress. Of course, I didn't wear any underwear because I was, I'm a slut. And I did the leg open thing. I didn't show it to any girls. I didn't want to get canceled. But every dude comic that went up on stage, I would just do that. I just open up my legs. Oh man, I made me laugh so hard. I was shithouse drunk. I put a see-through purse with like a bunch of condoms in it, and I kept going condoms on the table. I was the slappiest, hottest mess in the game. It was a good time.
That shit was so funny, man. I was dying laughing, man. I was like, this is crazy.
I remember Candace Medina got up there and she was so scared I was going to pull my dick and balls out. And I was like, oh, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to show you my junk. That's just for Joey Zimmerman. Don't worry.
Yeah, man. That shit
Joey and Quinn. I got Quinn really good.
Oh, my God. Oh, my You talk about people that's trying to stick to their sets as much as possible. I would have had fun with it. I ain't gonna even lie, man. I would have had so much fun because that would have made me throw my whole set in the trash. That shit would have been so easy. You know what I'm saying? To just flow off of that piece right there. Like, oh man, come on, man. Is that your chick? Are you satisfied with that? Is that what you going? I mean, I would have just did all just off the cuff shit, bro. That would have been an easy set. Set, man.
You stopped smoking weed a while ago, but do you remember when you had? Because like my thing is like I don't really smoke weed before I do stand up, but I've done it, and I'll get high, and I have to do exactly my set because I'm stoned. Like I can't chit chat, I can't be funny. I just have to say all the words that I know will make people laugh if I say it right.
It does. Even though I've been clean for over 3 years now, one of the things that I still do is I write before I go up. And 2, I never say anything that I wrote down before I went on stage. I never say anything that's on that pad. Somebody thought I was lying one time. And he said, so you didn't say none of those jokes that you had wrote down? I'm like, nah. He said, you bullshit. I was like, well, read it. Here's what I wrote down. And they read it. They were like, you ain't bullshit. I was like, no, man. It just is something that's a habit for me. And I, get my mind to working and clicking. But I never just go down a set list, man. I never do that. So to answer your question, it's the same shit, bro. It's just whatever's in the moment, man. I was in Pleasanton the other day, and I basically talked about the drives to Pleasanton.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying? I had 20 minutes. I did 15 minutes on the drive to Pleasanton. They enjoyed it. I enjoyed it, and that was it, man. But that comes from, I guess that will come from my time in Toastmasters, and they got this piece in Toastmasters where they talk about table topics. You got 1 to 3 minutes to come up. They throw you a table topic and you run with that 1 to 3 minutes, where in stand-up is like 5 to 6, 10 minutes. I'll take that, whatever premise is in my head, and try to run with it. And looking at people like Ralphie May, who I've seen run with a premise for 15, 16 minutes. And it's like, God damn, I want to be able to do that.
Yeah.
And sometimes, man, in Austin, there's a lot of bits that I don't do in Austin. I'll just probably do the setup punchline, because Austin won't allow me to kind of beat that fucking horse to death. But when I'm out of town, I can literally beat that fucking horse to death.
Yeah. That's one thing is like crowd work in Austin. I mean, crowd work's different in every city, right? Every time you do comedy in a different city, you get a little flavor, you get a little difference. But like specifically, I mean, I always joke that I'm like a B city comic. I only ever do small towns. They don't hire me to go out to Houston. I'll get a Bain, Texas show, right? Like it's but like when you go there, it's exactly what you're talking about. You can do your little bit, and if you're just kind of being yourself and being funny and in the moment, people there appreciate that so much more than Austin people that get, comedy almost every night. People will let you just kind of explore and be. Is Ralphie May your number one? Is he like your favorite comedian or?
Nah, man, but he's definitely one of my top 5 dead or alive. He was one of those guys where he was so big he couldn't use body language,
Uh-huh.
but he used voice fluctuation. He was a great storyteller. And again, man, he can take a topic like going to the movies and fucking run with it. You know what I'm saying? And just talk about the experience of being in the movies.
I mean,
And I go ahead.
Pat Williams will open up a special that he has just by talking about the city that he's in. And it's like, wow, that's legend shit to me, where it's like you are about to record your special, your hour special, and you get up there and you're just like, so Jacksonville's crazy, right? And then you just talk about the first 15 minutes in Jacksonville off the top. That's nuts. That's incredible to me.
Man. What's the name told me that he said you're good, but you will be great because you can talk about the obvious stuff that's going on right then. He said that's what I was back there, and that was who was that, man? That was TK Kirkland.
Nice.
And I was so nervous because I was like, I'm opening up for this dude. He's like the underground king to me. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't get a lot of play, but everybody that's underground black on the chilling circuit respects this dude because he pays the way for a lot of us hat wearing, tennis shoe wearing motherfuckers on stage. Don't mind calling a woman a bitch. You know what I'm saying? Not in the sense of hey bitch, da da da. Nah, it's like, well, I was fucking this bitch the other night. You know what I'm saying? Just be all right with it. Without being so all tensed up about it, man. But yeah, man, like I say, I was down there in Pleasanton. I was talking because it was older women in the audience, and I just went on the premise of fucking old women. You know what I'm saying? How much I like fucking older women. I was like, man, y'all safe tonight, man. I'm telling you, because I see y'all are coupled up. You probably been together for some years, and I don't know. I mean, is it that time for y'all to, do a threesome? If it is, man, I'll be your guy. You know what I'm saying? I would definitely, boy, I just kind of leaned into it, you know what I'm saying? And the husbands was laughing like a motherfucker, man. I was like, I get it, man. I mean, I talked about, what's real to me, which is, getting older. And I get these text messages all the time about erectile dysfunction. And I'm like, yeah, man, I'm probably at that age for erectile dysfunction, but I'm also on a plant-based diet. My dick stay hard. You know what I'm saying? But I can't wait till this bitch stop, stop working. I can do other stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's what I was talking about down there. I was like, man, because obviously, man, I mean, y'all been married for what, 20, 30 years? You know what I'm saying? Y'all done did everything that you want to do. But I'll tell you one thing, man, this is a true story too. I was talking to this lady, she's 54 years old out of San Antonio, and she was married for 10, 15 years. And we was talking, and I was like, damn, man, after working the way you work, and doing what you do with your grandkids, man, you deserve to be A from the back. That's how yeah, man. It said I ain't never been A from the back. I was like, what? You been married for 15 years? Dude ain't never ate you from the back. Like, no. I was like, oh man, it's like, you're gonna love this. You're gonna love it. Hey, bullshit. But yeah, man, I mean, kind of, venture out and do some different things, man. Because like I said, man, after being married to that lady, he's probably done everything. But it's just up to the new guy, the black ball-headed guy, to come in here and kind of get that thing back.
I took my girlfriend's phone and I blocked you on her Instagram. So.
What?
So you don't need to eat from the back for Christmas.
Fuck out of here! I know you eat it from the back,
yeah, I had sex one time. I didn't like it. I was bad at it.
Oh man!
What about your old bit, JT, about eating ass?
I used to do that. Was the most annoying. It was funny. It was topical. It was, but like 2015, I would just do 5 minutes about how much I love to eat butt, and people would just love it. Now I feel like it's kind of played out, but at the time, it did well. It was so silly that was like one of my better jokes was talking about eating butt. But hey, baby,
I remember that. I remember you was doing that when I first saw it. You know what I'm saying? I thought that was the weirdest shit in the world, but it was definitely, funny. You know what I'm saying? But like I say, man, I mean, you've been with somebody for so long, you gotta do something so freaky that you can blackmail their ass later on. You know what I'm saying?
Man. Ooh, Lando, we're running out of time.
All right.
I
I
can't
know
thank
we
you
talked
enough.
about a little bit of everything, right?
We did. We
I don't
touched,
know.
man. We touched on every topic here. We talked
I
about the
don't know
drug
how we
trade.
started. Yeah.
We
That's
talked about Black history across the nation. Talked about
yeah.
a little bit about gangs in different cities. Talked about
Yeah.
comedy. Talked about all the freaky sex that you do to men's wives when you go to Pleasanton.
Now I got a mark on my back from Pleasanton, Texas.
Yeah.
Oh, that's called the
Pleasanton knows
Wranglers.
life.
Their gang is called the Wranglers.
Really?
Husbands.
Yeah, the husbands. I talked about that too. I was like, boy, this motherfucking place here is so conservative. Shit, boy, I wish I would wear some Levi's in this motherfucker. Shit, I would be upset. Levi's, we don't wear that Jew boy stuff around here. Nothing but Wranglers and rustlers around these parts. You colored, you supposed to know that now.
Man, sounds like you met my uncle. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. He doesn't live there.
Don't do nothing but wear Wranglers and lace up ropers.
I have never heard that people think that don't wear Levi's because they're Jew pants. That's pretty funny to me right now. Is Levi Strauss a Jewish guy?
No, he's just a
What?
San Francisco guy.
Wait, but the name though, the name is not Jewish.
You know, I'm not 100% on that. It could be.
Yeah, look,
I
you know
just-
what made me do some investigation on that, homie?
Huh.
Because I watch a lot of roping contests, man. And
You do?
I have never seen Levi advertise at a roping contest, man. And I was like, what? Because I'm weird like that, man. I'm always looking for the obvious. You would think that this would be, you know what I'm saying? Like I went to the World War II museum in Fredericksburg one time. They call it the Pacific. But we all know it
Yeah.
as World War II, right? They be
Yeah.
politically correct. So I went through the exhibits or whatever. And I talked to the guy in the lobby for a while. I was like, yeah, I'm so excited about this. Da 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 da. I came here to get some peaches and look at German women.
They look like great workers. Yeah, they do. They look like great workers. I see one of those women. I go, God, you look like you're built different. You should plow a field.
They built Ford tough for real, boy. But so I go through there. It's about an hour 45 for one exhibit. They have 3. I went through one and I come back out. He says, "Hey man, how'd you like it?" And I turn around with this whole the shining face on my expression on my face, right? Like I've been in the movie The Shining. Because it's very subtle. It's like taking 5 minutes for the dramatic effect that's going on here. And I said, hey, man, I know you just work here. But I'm going to tell you something, bro. There were 1.2 million black people that served in that war. I just spent an hour and 45 minutes in this exhibit. You guys didn't have one. And the expression on his face like, I just work here, bro.
You even called it, and he still did it.
No, but he didn't say it, but the expression said it. I just work here, bro, and I get it. You know what I'm saying? You just work here, man. You know what I'm saying? They didn't even have. And this is a discussion I had with somebody the other day. I was like, man, Miller in there. It was like, well, Doris Miller was Pearl Harbor. And I was like, what the fuck you think started it?
Yeah. I mean, no, because I've been through that same museum, and they talk about this. Like they have one of the submarines from Pearl Harbor, and now that you mention it, I don't remember seeing the poster of the soldier who passes. Yeah, I was like
I'm curious.
Doris Miller there.
That's why you got to go to the one in New Orleans. They'll recognize. They recognize real in that one.
Do you think it's the type of racism where they just don't prioritize black people so they overlook it, or do you think it's the type of racism where they're literally fucking no, I want to exclude black people intentionally?
Well, if you exclude if you fail to mention 1.2 million black people, that just they and that war right there, I think that was the war that they had. You don't quote me on this, where they introduced the tanks, right? Nah, that's not it. I'm sorry.
World War I had bad tanks, but they had real tanks.
They had tanks, right? But in that war, they had engineers that were building roads and whatnot. That's what I wanted to say. But the engineers that was building the roads were black.
They also had the red tails.
Yeah, it
was like the all black all black pilots.
The all black pilots. Yep. So, but they would have that. I would see why they would have that in New Orleans, because you have so many naval bases and stuff around there as well. But Fredericksburg, man, I don't know, man.
I gotta go get dinner with my chick.
All right, brother. Well, I appreciate the opportunity, man.
You appreciate you. Get back into a Pragio's grill. Take off your shoes. Kick back. Say, I know the owner.
All right, brother. You have a good one, man. Hey, brother, you have a good one as well, brother. You have a good one.
You too, Lando. Thanks for coming on.
Robert, I'll be seeing you soon.
All right, peace.
Bouncing on foes like trampolines. Just a great state of Texas, I can't believe. Run the side, run the side, run the side, run the side. Swerve, the rims is glistening. They got see the wood cause the top is missing. I sleep on dreams cause it's paper I'm chasing. My roots come from Texas, this inflation. Run the side, run the side, run the side.